guys, it is me, SearingSorrow Effigy. I'm back with more bad fanfiction reading of After by Anatod/Imaginator1D, aka Imagination Movers. You gotta think about 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 it. I don't know why I keep thinking of imagination movers when I see that username. I don't know why. I need a dead explanation. I do. I kid you not. Alright, so we're going on to chapter 8 and chapter 9. Alright, the girl turns around and looks at me as I try to move my feet, but they won't budge. Can I help you? She smirks. Harry sits with her, still on his torso. Oh, so she's sitting on his stomach. Seems legit. His face flat, not amused or embarrassed whatsoever. He must do this type of thing all the time. Or maybe he's just bored. He's just like, bruh, I'm bored with life. Get this why the girl be on me, but I am bored with life. Actually, I am bored with life. Yeah, great British accent there, Imogen. Good one. Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking for the bathroom. Someone spilled a drink on me. I quickly explained. This is so uncomfortable. I'm not surprised to find the two of them embraced this way. The pink-haired girl and Harry are perfect for each other. Both tattooed and both rude. Bruh. Tessa, if anything, you are the rude one. In fact, because you have been judging people in your narrative. Even when they're nothing but nice to you, you are judging them. You are just, you have this serious internalized misogyny for other girls. Like, cause every time she says this stuff, I'm like, we love feminism and girl power and that stuff. Yeah, notice the heavy sarcasm. Somebody just said, she low-key disappointed they're together. And then, girl, just walk out of there, please. Someone also said, in the movie, Tessa wasn't as stuck up as this, and I need to adjust. Oh boy. Because apparently, yeah, because in here, Tessa is just, worst female protagonist. And I thought things couldn't get any worse with Bella Swan. I think we just spawned someone worse than Bella. And it's surprising because I don't think it'd be possible for someone to even beat Bella Swan, to be terrible. Sure, Anastasia Steele was incredibly close. I mean, I never saw 50 Shades of Grey, but whatever. Okay, so go find the bathroom. She rolls her eyes and I nod, leaving the room. After the door closes, I lean my back against it. So far, college isn't fun at all. I can't wrap my head around how a party like this could be considered fun. I'm sure there have been college parties that didn't even involve drinking. That they exist, Tessa. Seriously. I'm pretty sure drinking isn't the only college party we see around. Pretty sure maybe there might be college parties where people just, are being silly. People are just doing the Magadena. Why? Maybe people are having some Magadenas and then just, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yo, I'm dead. Okay. Instead of trying to find the bathroom, I decided to find the kitchen and clean myself off there. You don't even have a mirror, do you? The last thing I want to do is open another door and find drunken hormonal teenagers on top of each other again. Okay, Tessa, we get the memo. But oh shoot! Okay, so I accidentally hit my fingertips on my laptop there. Ow. Okay. But she freaking typoed as clean. I know it's supposed to be clean. And so LMAO, hormonal teenagers. I don't remember teenagers ever being this incredibly hormonal. I don't. Maybe. Have I been hanging out with a very different crowd than what most of you guys have? I don't know. The kitchen isn't too hard to find, but it is way too overcrowded since most of the alcohol supply is in the buckets on the counter. I have to reach around a brunette puking in the sink to grab a paper towel and wet it. A brunette puking. This is what she probably like. Nah, that's I'm dead. Yo, I'm dead. Making it even worse, I groan and lean against the counter. Having fun? I hear Nail say. I'm relieved to see a familiar face. He smiles sweetly and takes a sip of his drink. Not so much. How long do these parties usually last? All night and half the day tomorrow. He laughs and my mouth drops. When would Steph want to leave? Hopefully soon. Wait, I begin to panic. Who's going to drive us back to the dorm? I ask him, well aware of his bloodshot eyes. I don't know, you can drive my car if you want, he offers a nice sigh. I can't drive your car. If I wreck or get pulled over with underage drinkers in the car, I would get in so much trouble. I can't imagine my mother's face as she bails me out of jail. Oh. Alright, girl. Okay, it's just the fact that this thing is taking place in America, and yet they seem like they're heavily endorsing the heavily underage drinking. Hello, Tessa. Most people don't drink until 21. Okay. I don't know what Anna Todd's been smoking with writing this fic. It's not a far drive. You should just take my car. You haven't been drinking. Otherwise you would have to stay here unless you want me to drive. I can ask around to see if someone... No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. This party is becoming more of a problem by the minute. She's hating this party, and it sucks to her. Alright, chapter 9. Let me know if you need anything, Neil tells me. He's a really sweet guy. Why does he hang out with Harry so much? Good question. Because he wants to. Can you help me find Steph? I ask him and he starts to laugh. His hand moves up into the air and he points into the next room. I hear my gasp as I spot her. She, along with two other girls, are dancing on the table in the living room. A drunk guy climbs up and joins them, his hands gripping Steph's hips. I expect her to smack his hands off, but she just smiles and pushes her bottom against him. Oh! Oh, jeez. Yo, Tessa has seen everything. Not really. Okay, I've never been to a college party. But this is still like, whoa, Tessa, you've seen everything. They're just dancing, Tessa. Neil smiles and gives a quiet chuckle at my uneasy expression. They aren't just dancing, they're groping and grinding each other. Oh. Someone just said, is she this much of a boomer? And how old is this girl? 18? She's 18. And I guess this takes place in what, like, 2012? Fall 2012? Obvious, I don't know. Somebody just said, clearly she has never been to a high school dance. And, yeah, and apparently people are saying she's so pure. Yeah, girl, you have issues. Okay? And I wouldn't want to comment on every single one of that stuff, no matter how pure you think you are, Tessa. Yeah, I know, I say, even though it's not as casual to me. I've never danced that way, not even with Noah, and we have been dating 2 years. Noah! I feel incredibly guilty that he hasn't crossed my mind since I've arrived. When I pulled my phone out, I have three messages from him. You there, Tess? Hello? You okay? Tessa, should I call your mom? I am getting worried. I dial him as fast as my fingers would allow, praying that he hasn't called my mom yet. Oh, I bet you he will. Because, I don't know, because I've seen, you know, clips of after and that, and yeah, it's terrible as it is. But he kinda, you know, had it. I mean, I remember watching some review of somebody reviewing the movie where they thought that Noah was Tessa's brother, and if that were actually the case, and if he wasn't her boyfriend, he would more so like act like a younger brother. I know, wild stuff. Because, you know, the tattletaling, whatever. He doesn't answer, but I text him assuring him that I'm okay, and please not to call my mother. She will lose it if she finds out I am at a party at a fraternity house my first weekend of college. Okay. Oh my god, someone just said, you're 18, tell your mom to suck a dick and stop controlling you, duh! Yo! Yo! Someone just said, bruh, it's the first week though. Isn't it like a back to school type thing? Like you're in college and no one no longer living under her roof. So why is your little BF snitching on you? Just because you don't respond, he's gonna call your mom. He really should chill out. No way. Okay, Tessa, you're like an adult. You're 18, okay? Oh my god. I mean, seriously, Noah sounds like he would be a tattletale of a boyfriend. Okay, I don't know if boyfriends would even do stuff like this, and I've never had a boyfriend, so I have no experience with that kind of stuff, so I can't really say too much on that subject. Hey, Tessa! Steps slurs as she walks into the kitchen. Her arms wrap around mine as she leans her head on my shoulder. You having fun at this party? She giggles. She is obviously beyond wasted. I think I need... The room is starting to spin, Tessa. I mean spin. She laughs and her body lurches forward. She's gonna throw up. She's gonna... And then she's gonna... And then she's gonna... And then she's gonna... She gonna puke! She's gonna puke! Ah! She's gonna puke! Terrible JR commentary. She's going to get sick, I tell Neil. He nods and lifts her into his arms, draping her body over his shoulders. Follow me, he instructs, and heads upstairs. We go to a room upstairs, and he opens the door, a bathroom. Of course, when I needed one, I couldn't find it. He places her on the floor by the toilet. She immediately begins to vomit. And then she's gonna... And then she's gonna... That's literally what Steph's doing the whole time. Oh my god. I look away but grab her red hair in two of my fists and hold it away from her head. After more vomit than I can handle, she stops and Neil hands me a towel. Oh no. Oh. Somebody just said, now push your head into the toilet and slam the lid shut. Oh no. And then some people in the comments are having a fear of people puking, of watching people puke. Just man, look at what happened to that poor tequila and all the poor margaritas and all that stuff, man. Take her to the room across the hall and I lay her on the bed. She's going to need to sleep it off, he says, and I nod. I can't leave her here alone, passed out. You could stay in there too, he says, seeming to read my mind. Thank you, I tell him, and he smiles and leaves the bathroom. I manage to get her up off the floor and help her across the hall. The door opens to a bedroom. Oh shoot. My eyes immediately go to the bookshelves covering one of the walls. I gently lay a groaning Steph onto the bed and walk over to the books. I scan through the titles and I am impressed by the owner of this collection. Does he have Star Wars? Does he have a Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah, I actually have a Nightmare on Elm Street book. It's Protégé. It's, yeah, it looks like some seriously chiz. I was gonna joke, does he have Twilight? But that would be really dumb. I don't know, does he have Batman? Does he have Marvel? What is it? Like, what I mean, like, you know, like Avengers and that? Does he have that? Does he have a Spider-Man book? What does he have? I wonder. There are many classics, including all of my favorites. Of course, here we go with the classics. Am I the only one that's so sick of this cliche about, you know, when a character likes books, it's always the classics? Is there ever a character that likes anything other than the classics, or maybe doesn't really like the classics but likes more modern literature? Oh my god. Am I the only one that gets sick of that cliche? Like, hello, I don't know if there are any other characters out there that, you know, if there are characters that like, you know, that like more modern literature, you know, that stuff. Like any of the stuff I mentioned or something else. You know, that's kind of more modern than that. I mean, hello. I'm writing a Nightmare on Elm Street fanfiction. I have 2 of my main protagonists, and they both like those kind of books, like more modern literature. They write, you know, they like to read fantasy. They like to read horror. They, you know, they've read from like Halloween to you know, they read from Halloween to Star Wars to you know, Marvel stuff. That stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we need more, you know, we need more characters that like more modern literature and not just the classics. Because, you know, just the characters like the characters I like to read that like the classics. It's become such an annoying cliche. It's like, why can't these characters like anything other than the classics? In fact, this is coming from someone who really likes to read, but the classics half the time makes me want to throw up. Because half the time they create some really terrible stuff. And just, you know, promote really crappy stuff. And not to mention that some of the crappier forms of literature today, you know, try to stem off from the classics. You know, like the Twilight series did, you know, first with like, I don't know, like maybe Pride and Prejudice and Wuthering Heights and, oh god, the infamous Romeo and Juliet. Oh my god. I mean, it just annoys me so much. I grab Wuthering Heights, aka I'm gonna puke, and pull it off the shelf. It is in bad shape. The page is showing how many times it has been read. Yeah, somebody said, ha ha ha, what a coincidence. Somebody just said, it's Harry's book. It's Harry's book, aka Hardin. But yeah, I'm reading the fanfic, so I'm going in as Harry. Even though in the book and in the movie, he goes by Hardin, which I still think it sounds like hard on. What the hell are you doing in my room? An angry voice booms. I know that accent by now. It's Harry! Somebody just said, boom, boom. It's your typical boys, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder I like Hardin better. Hardin! Movie Hardin was such a wussy. Still love him though. And by the way, yeah, and I've heard enough of this story to know that, yeah, there is a very toxic element. You know, actually, a lot of toxic elements, and I'm pretty sure we're about to get there in that direction sooner or later. And yeah, so I suggest you hold on to your seatbelts because it's gonna be a rocky ride. Next episode, we will be diving into 10 and 11. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys! Bye, guys! Imagination movers. You gotta think about 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 it. Bye, guys!